I just built 3 AI agents to see if they could make money while I slept, and 2 of them failed pretty miserably, but one of them actually landed me some paid clients. Today I'm going to break down all 3 of these experiments, show you what worked, what flopped, and which ones had the biggest upside. So let's dig right in. Starting off, you might be wondering what exactly is an AI agent. If you've never used one, think of it like hiring a digital employee. Instead of paying somebody to sit at a desk, you give an AI agent a set of instructions, then it goes off and does the job on its own. The easiest analogy, it's like setting up a Roomba or a robot vacuum. But instead of cleaning your floor at a set time every day, it's cleaning your inbox, booking you calls, or even hunting for ways to make you money. You press start once and it keeps running in the background without needing constant babysitting. That's the magic. It's not a chatbot waiting for you to type something in. It's a little worker that knows its role, follows the rules, and keeps operating while you do something else, like sleeping. So I'm going to switch over to screen share and I'm going to show you exactly how to access this AI agent, because a lot of people have it, but they don't know how to use it. All right, so I'm sharing my screen here now, and all you got to do is go to chatgpt.com. And I believe you're going to need a pro or paid version. And if you have that, if it's not showing up here, that means that you need to upgrade your plan. So the thing we're looking for is to click this plus sign and then switch over to agent mode. Now, before we do that, I want to share you how I actually create prompts. And if you're going to want to access the prompts that I used, the working one that actually made me money, I'm going to leave a link below where you can join my community for free. And as a welcome gift, just send me a message saying you want the AI agent prompts, and I'll give those to you for free. Join the Earn From Anywhere Academy. It's the link below. So once you do that, click AI agent, select that. But before we get into that, let me just show you the process on how you think about creating a prompt to give to your AI agent. So essentially what I wanted to do is I want you to log into my LinkedIn and set sales calls. That's the objective. And again, on my normal prompts, I give it a lot more insight. Who are they supposed to target? Like, what are the roles, objectives? And then you can give it some insights on how many people to message today. And so basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you guys an insight on the prompt that I actually used here. So as you can see here, here's the initial prompt that I used to give it some insights on who I wanted to actually get in touch with. And basically I'm using ChatGPT to help me create an AI agent prompt. This is the best way to do it because the great thing about ChatGPT is it knows how its AI agent feature works and it knows how prompting works. So again, when you're utilizing this, it's going to take some fine tuning, but here's kind of what it came up with. Here's the objective: find CEOs, founders, employers, professionals, research and targeting, search LinkedIn for people with titles like founder, co-founder, CEO. I gave it some instructions to do slow pace so it doesn't get flagged for spam or anything like that. View the profile, don't send a message yet, send a connection request, not a salesy note. If they accept it, wait 24 to 48 hours before sending the first message. Avoid sending more than 10 to 15 requests per day. Then basically it sends a welcome message, a follow-up message, and some other details if they respond positively, if they don't respond. And so what you're going to use is you're basically to take this prompt. What I would suggest doing is put it in a doc, adjust these copy to make it a little bit better. And so once you have that, all you got to do is go over to your chat, click the AI agent mode, and then hit send. And so now the cool thing, it's going to be getting to work, actually setting up a virtual desktop. And it's crazy how fast it works here. Understood. Basically, it wants you to confirm that you actively search for this. So hitting continue, it's going to think a little bit more here. And essentially what it's going to do is it's going to set up a virtual computer that can be running. Even if you close this out, it can keep going. And so one of the first things it's going to ask you to do is obviously log into your LinkedIn page here. And so I'm not going to log in just because in general, I don't want to waste a bunch of time. But the next step after you log in is it's just going to get to work based on that prompt. It might ask you a few more questions on what to actually do, how much to utilize it. And so once it's logged in, it's just going to follow these prompts and these messages on your LinkedIn. And so moving on to the next one, I'll show you how I was actually able to use this on Upwork. And you're going to want to stick around because one of these actually really worked out well, but I'm going to share that at the end, which one actually booked some sales calls and closed into paying customers. So the next AI agent I used is what I call the Ghost Freelancer. Essentially, the biggest issue I've seen for myself and the hundreds of other people I've helped make money through Upwork, the biggest issue I see blocking them is they can't stay consistent with job outreaches. Even 10 per day, it's hard for people to do that 14, 30 days in a row. And again, that's why an AI agent could be great. You can give it some parameters, give it some time frames, some objectives, and basically you can set it out to win you Upwork clients. So this is a great thing, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works. I call this the Ghost Freelancer. Essentially, here's the concept. There are thousands of micro jobs posted every single day on marketplaces like Upwork, and it could be things like cleaning messy spreadsheets, subtitling short videos, running SEO audits, or scraping leads for a sales team. All the stuff that actually AI can do pretty quickly for free or close to free. And so basically what I did here is I built an agent that scans platforms like Upwork, finds jobs that I know I can actually complete, and submits proposals using a human-looking profile. When the job's accepted, the AI completes the work using its own tool set, polishes the final output, and it can even deliver it to the client. But what I suggest doing is having a check before anything's sent over to the client. AI can get you 90% of the way there, but I always suggest having some sort of human overlook on any sort of the outlook. So it could be like, hey, win me the project, and then after that, I take it over. It can win the project, do the interaction, get the details to start the project, do the first draft, and then you can take it from there. It really depends on what workflow you want to set up, how complex the work is that you're going to be fulfilling. And so based on that, you're going to need to determine what level you want to do. I would say start off slow and then slowly build into something that's more automation, but just winning you and doing the application process is the 80-20 here. Doing the application process is the place that most people fail at. And so let me show you what the AI agent can kind of do in this sort of feature. All right, so here's like a very quick prompt. Again, I would really hone in on who your audience is, what type of location is. And so if you've never physically or personally apply for jobs on Upwork, I would suggest doing all of this stuff first. Do it yourself. Do at least 10 reps yourself because you're going to learn what to look out for. And so again, as you're building this, I have a lot more thought out prompts, but I just want to show you how it's quite easy to build these prompts and actually get started using the AI agents. Again, the agents are going to fail, but in general, after a while, after some tweaking, after some modifications, you're going to be able to get this running in the background. It's not as simple as just put in a prompt, make it go. You're going to need some trial and error to really get it started. So let's go ahead and take the start a new chat, and then we're going to go to the AI agent mode. We're going to paste that in, and let's see if this actually works. So I love how it's giving some features here. No M dashes, never promise results that are not realistic, ethics and compliance, do not attempt to log in, scrape, or submit anything on Upwork. So it's doing a few things that's pretty interesting, but let's see if it actually works here. So you can see here, it's actually searching the public-facing jobs for Instagram growth content. And so this is pretty cool that what it can actually do without even logging in to Upwork if you're worried about getting your accounts, which is something that I'm a little hesitant to because I get a lot of clients through LinkedIn and Upwork. I really don't want to log in. Just on this example, I have other accounts that I use for like this test to log in, but I don't really want to share those. So basically what I would do is if you have a really active Upwork or LinkedIn account, what you can do is just try to figure out ways to do it without needing to login. So for example, on LinkedIn, it could just go in and find profiles, give you those profiles that match a criteria, and then put that into a spreadsheet. It can also do the same for Upwork jobs. It can scrape public-facing jobs. Let's say public-facing jobs containing Instagram marketing, been posted in the past week, and it can actually create a spreadsheet for that as well. And so that way you can remove a bunch of the bulk stuff. It can basically curate these sort of things, and then you just get a spreadsheet. You click the link, you apply to the job, and you have some manual oversight. It definitely eliminates a lot of it. So what I would do if you want the AI agent to actually do a lot of the heavy lifting for you is probably create some accounts that you're not worried if they get banned, just to test it out. That's the one hesitation. Is the cool thing about this is it's logging in on your own virtual machine. So I believe it's going to be using that same IP address. So in general, the risk is a little bit lower, but in general, this is a very new feature set and new software. So you really have to be careful with giving it any login details, because again, it is a robot. Even if you tell it to act like a human, it might still flag some of the algorithms on these login details. So think about it in a few ways of: one, what's the public facing way I can do this? And two, what is like that step between public facing, logging in, that can save me the most time and get me the most results? For example, scraping some leads on LinkedIn and then finding their emails, sending some automated emails, or enrolling them into a third-party software that is going to actually do the email outreach for you. That can be pretty awesome. Hey, find 100 new people who've just posted on LinkedIn in the past 24 hours, find their profiles, find their emails, and then send them and enroll them in this email sequence. And so the cool thing about that is with email, you don't really have to worry as much about getting banned or taken off with automation. So that's one of the good things about this. So you can really think about it from that sort of angle. And it'll be interesting because I used a pretty similar approach, and that was the thing that actually landed me paying clients, but more on that in a little bit. So you can see here, it found some pretty cool Instagram jobs. And thinking on what the actual objective is. Do you want it to create and curate these jobs in a spreadsheet? Do you want it to actually apply for these jobs? So we could say things like, I want you to come up Upwork proposal and win me these jobs at all cost. So let's see what it does here. All right, so basically if you saw that chat earlier, it wasn't actually allowing me to log in Upwork. And the reason was because the initial prompt had basically forbidden it to do that. So if you wanted to actually log into your Upwork account or log into any of your other software, what you need to do is probably start a new chat. That's what I did. Start a new chat, give it a different prompt, and then just ask for it bluntly. And so right now here you can see, and then it can actually take over my Upwork profile and account and then start applying for jobs, paying over $10,000 for Instagram consulting. So the last AI agent that I tried and tested out was the AI influencer agent. And basically here's how it worked. Is it generated short form content every single day, TikToks, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn posts. Each piece was built around trending hooks, proven formats. It auto posted those across multiple platforms, and it negotiated small brand deals through DMs and email, and it funneled traffic into our affiliate offers, info products, and communities. And so the cool thing about this is I was actually able to use a program like High Level to actually post and use AI agent to post my content on their content scheduler. And so the cool thing about this was the thing that actually helped me land some customers and clients. I was posting very specific niche content across LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and what it was doing was it was giving those people that were going to engage with my content, and then everyone who actually engages with your content, it would send them a DM asking, hey, thanks for liking my content. Is there anything I can help you out with, or are you just looking for X, Y, and Z? So basically give the person three options, like one, hey, I just like your content. That's wants it. 2, I want some help doing X, Y, and Z. Or 3, I still need some time. So it gives them like a multiple choice. And what's cool about that is it'll really isolate who actually wants your help or services. It can auto set up a call, and then on that call, you can deliver whatever product or services you can for that avatar or that individual. And so basically, if you want to get access to these trainings, these agents, or any help with just making money online, visit the community down below and we'll help you build your first product, website, and system that does all of these things for you automatically. Thank you so much, and I'll see you inside.